Master Chunyi Lin. I've been in Minnesota for 25 years teaching Qigong. We have students all over the world. There are, from our courses, there are at least 400,000 people have learned Spring Forest Qigong, a revolutionary traditional Qigong that's focused in healing, not only physically, mentally, intelligently, emotionally, and spiritually. So I'm going to bring Master Lin up on stage.
Thank you. Oh, how excited. I'm just so feel honored that when Dr. Nisha Manik contacted me and sharing with me her beautiful book and will be published. And she asked, so can I share that with your Spring Forest Qigong community? I said, why not? So I feel just so honored, and I was the first person she contacted to have this beautiful opportunity to share these beautiful findings from scientific perspective, how Qi works, how energy works, how information works for healing, for many dimensions of balancing in the universe. Well, my life after I was healed with my arthritis and bone spurs in my neck, in my back, and also my suicidal depression, I completely devoted my life to Qi. So every day, if you come to talk to me about Qi, I was just like a river flowing. If you talk to me about some other things, I just keep my mouth shut. Because my focus, my entire life now is on Qi. Talking about Dr. William Taylor, I had a very good opportunity to meet him quite a while ago when I first finished pain management medical study here in Minnesota. And so I was invited to ICM to do a presentation. Actually, I did not do the presentation. The news was doing that. So during the time, we had an opportunity to sit down to chat, and so I was invited to the lunch table, sitting next to him, talking about energy medicine, and he was just so excited. And also at the same time, I found this scientist was so special, so humble. It was not like any other scientist that I met years ago. I'm the guy, right? And he was just listening to you, pay 120% focus on your conversation. And then he asked me, what do you do? I said, well, I do Qigong. Oh, Qigong, Qi. This is what I focus on. Okay. And then we continued the conversation. And I said, well, I really like your concept of information healing. And he said, in the next decades, millennium, information healing will become the mainstream in medicine. I said, oh, that's very exciting. Then I said, how about what happened after information healing? He said, you had an idea? I said, yeah. The next is universal information healing. He said, that's very interesting. And then I further said, I think people right now is very, very interesting in energy medicine. I think that's great. But next step is people will change energy medicine into Qi medicine. Qi medicine. Now you listen to this. Qi medicine. Remember that. Now what's the difference between Qi and energy then? I've been asked this question by a lot of people. From the medical perspective, people ask me that question. From a healer perspective, and what's the difference between energy? People every day talking about energy, oh, this energy is so great. And, well, after a lot of studies, I found out there's a lot of a great difference. More I study Qi, more I feel I am a pupil, a little child of our ancestors, Chinese ancestors, masters. And before I talk about that, I like to step back a little bit about the first time when I met Dr. Nisha Malik. And I have a dear friend told me, a male clinic doctor is coming to see you to talk about Qigong. I said, whoa, what is that? And so when she showed up in my house, and we sat down, and so I said, what kind of a doctor she is, and interested in Qi, So then we had a little conversation, and she asked me the question. What is Qi? I said, well, Qi is very difficult to explain. And the more you explain, the more difficult, more confused you are going to get to. And she said, well, can you say something very simple? And I said, well, Qi is Qi.
You remember that?
And then she said, well, that makes sense. So then we started having a deeper conversation, going into a little bit detail, and since then we became very good friends. Each time when her mom coming to Minnesota to visit her, she would call me. She brought her mom to my house and to my place to have a Qi tune-up. So now, okay. So what is Qi? What is energy? Energy, from Western medical or science perspective, it is a form of force. It is in a material form. Still, for instance, like electricity is a form of energy. Water is a form of energy, etc. And Einstein said energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, but it can be transformed. That's great. And a lot of beautiful healing modalities built up with this concept. But Qi is beyond that. Qi is a form of energy, and Qi is also a form of consciousness. Or put it more straight, is Qi has consciousness, and Qi also has intelligence. That is the big difference. Let me give you a couple examples. So when I was using the bathroom just during the break, so my friend, my client came to talk to me. He said, I came back from the Mayo Clinic. I talked to the Mayo Clinic doctor. He said, without medicine, my colon cancer disappeared. And my doctor couldn't understand why. I told him I'm doing Spring Forest Qigong, and I'm Qigong myself. Okay, so I think that's great. When you read my book, Born a Healer, I had a story about Esther Trejo, who was diagnosed with a rare lung disease, the lung filled with scar tissues, 6.5 years on oxygen. After practicing Qigong for 8 weeks and went back to the Mayo Clinic. The Mayo Clinic doctor who suggested her to have lung transplant said, don't know what you do. All your lung scar tissues disappear. You have a completely new lungs. My bones grow in my neck, in my back, through these simple movements, getting into the quietness, serenity, and it automatically disappeared without medication. And my suicidal depression, after I got into that aha moment, serenity, the void, emptiness, whatever you call it, my life completely transformed. Now I'm living every day in joy, in happiness, full of energy. So what happened over here? What transformed these forms of energy, the patterns of energy inside the body? This led me to a deeper study about the formation of the universe. Our ancestors, now this is the big difference between Western science and Chinese science, especially talking about in healing. Chinese healing focused at the very beginning, not on the body, not on the cells to begin with, but focus on the formation of the universe. At the time, when the concept of universe mainly is the solar system, they discovered something is very interesting. Every year we have a 12 month and we have 12 major energy channels in the body. And the original founding of energy points, now people call it acupuncture point, are 365 points. When you look at the inner classic of Yellow Emperor, and you will find this information. This is like the first, most fundamental book which set the whole dynamic and system of Chinese medicine. And any medicine or the techniques of medicine in a Chinese medicine, you call it like acupuncture, tuina, cupping, Qigong, Tai Chi, they all came from this book. It is that powerful, this book. So they study the nature, the land, trees, observation of the behavior of animals. Then they found out there's something very unique existing in the universe, and this thing is Qi. Qi creates everything. Qi has yin and yang. And the body actually is the miniature of the universe. That's why they call this body is a small universe. Amazing. Whatever we are doing today here has an effect in the universe. Long time ago, Lao Tzu already said that. Then how we can apply this philosophy into our healing then? That is a very, very important bridging the science into health, the science into spirituality, and science into emotional balancing. And through a deeper study, they found out this Qi has 3 levels, basically. The first level is as a form of a material force. It runs like electricity, runs through the body, making everything moving. And then the second level is it has consciousness. This Qi knows what to do for you in the body. And the Qi has intelligence. The intelligence includes the blueprint, the life pattern of your life, and also the intelligence of the entire universe. That is the key understanding of this miraculous healing case studies, like my friend just shared with me. No medicine, practicing Qigong, I had my colon cancer disappeared. Esther Trejo went into the moment. When I talked to her, how by doing these simple movements, you got clear all your lung scar tissues. She said, well, I don't care how long I'm going to live. Anyway, I'm going to die, so I just do the stupid boiling movements. Stupid boiling movements. I like it. And she did it, and gradually she felt better and better. 4 weeks later, she stopped using oxygen only when she was cleaning the house. 8 weeks later, went back to the Mayo Clinic, and all the lung scar tissue disappeared. And I have quite a few cases like this. My clients from Mayo Clinic, and they came to me, and we practiced the Qigong and perform healing, and they got healed, and that's why I caught the attention of the Mayo Clinic. They invited me to do research. So, and that is one of the reasons I met Dr. Nisha Manik and Dr. Neil Kay and Dr. Vincent, and also many of them, and we became very good friends. Then here, when you go into that moment of serenity, you tap into the consciousness of the Qi. You allow the Qi to work for you. Through the consciousness, you wake up the intelligence. You connect to the intelligence of your life, of the universe. That intelligence has all the information to help you to re-download the information of your life. That's the moment complete healing takes place. Make it something very simple. How many of you do not have cell phone or laptop? How many of you? Everybody does, right? So when there's something going on, the system in a mess, and so you want to call Jane, and the phone the call went to Tom, and when you want to email your son, but it got to your daughter. When that happens, what do you do? Something very simple. What do you do? Turn it off and wait for 5 seconds. Right? And then turn it on again. This turn it off and turn it on, actually you put your cell phone and laptop into meditation. Into the quietness. And it's real. Now you refer this philosophy and technology to your body. So when you feel tired, you become so dumb, not able to create anything at all. What do? Close your eyes, take a nap, right? After napping, you're going to have a lot of fun because you have energy. If you lay in bed, turning around for 7 hours, no sleep at all, what is going to happen? Next day when you get up, you are even more exhausted. So after a lot of studies with this Qi, I found out in our life, no matter who you are, we are doing 2 things. Number 1, we are having fun every day. We want to have fun every day, right? You want to become a doctor because that will bring you fun. That's why you want to become a doctor. You want to become a carpenter because doing the carpenter work, giving me so much joy, having fun. So, standing over here to share what I learned with you, I am having so much fun. I don't care about you at all. Sorry. Please forgive me. Now, the second thing is, you work with your qi to make sure you have fun. Two things. You work with the qi to make sure you have fun, to guarantee you have fun. Our qi installed inside has all the information about the entire universe. This is the way of life. We need to follow the principles, the law of the qi to operate our life. It's just like what Dr. Nisa Malik presented here. The information inside, the law inside, we need to obey. If it's time for you to go to bed, you should sleep, but you stay up 3 days in a row, 3 nights in a row drinking, what is going to happen to you? You're not going to have fun anymore, right? Even you want to, because you do not work with your qi. You see, it is just like that simple. I like something simple. Now here comes two questions. How can we activate this qi, this intelligence, and with the consciousness of the qi to work for the body? How can we work well with this qi so that we can enjoy our life better? Well, Chinese ancestors are just so smart in this way. In Dr. Ching, and also in the Yellow Emperor book, the inner classic of the Yellow Emperor, it says, the best healing is to heal with no medicine and no any other tools, just to work with the qi. And then the second, the lower class of healing, and so then you learn something, how to manipulate the qi flow, like acupuncture, herbal medicine, Tuina, this kind of things. Because the first category is so simple, and it is so mysterious, people don't like it. Because it is too simple. People don't believe it. And people like to have something to grab in hands. I gain something. So the needles, herbal medicine will work. And the people who lived the longest life follow the law of the universe, working with the qi. And these are the people who live the happiest and the longest of their life. So now, if we want to make miracles in our life, especially talking about healing, if we want to really harvest the true joy in our life from the universe, now we need to follow the nature of the qi. Helping the qi, number one, physically move in the body. Number two, emotionally, in the consciousness level, to help to activate that source, to guide the qi flow in the right direction. And then the third level is read down low, or always connect to the intelligence of the body, to help the body constantly making the balance of yin and yang, making the balance of five elements inside the body. And if you have time to get into the void, meditating through meditation, that's why Tillis, Dr. Tillis is so, I love him so much. At the time when I met him, and I forgot to tell you one more little story. So we talk, he said, okay, let's escape the next two speakers. And now, can you come to my room? And now I have a sitting room over there, let's meditate. So I went, inside into his hotel room. We sit over there face to face to meditate for a good hour. Wow, that experience was so phenomenal. My body was just lifting up by the Qi. And he said, I didn't have that experience, but I feel my Qi expanding horizontally. I said, well, because that's the yin and yang. And you are going this way, I'm going through this way. So, such a beautiful experience. So, now, Qigong, such a beautiful invention. This is I would consider this is maybe number 5th, the biggest contribution our Chinese ancestors gave to the civilization of the world. Now, how to, through Qigong movement, you can cultivate the Qi in these 3 levels: physical, mental, and spiritual. The Qi flow as a force in the body, and then the emotion, the consciousness, and then the intelligence, and the life pattern, the life blueprint in the body got activated. Now here, I show you something very simple. First of all, you need to work with your body. So everybody, I want you to put your feet flat on the floor. So we've got 5 minutes here. I want you to experience this. You can get into that intelligent level very quickly to re-download information from the universe, to balance your yin and yang, and clear energy blockages, and heal yourself. Longer you can stay in that spot, faster you can heal yourself. So first of all, hold the ball in front of you. Hold the ball. Once you hold your hands like this, your 6 meridians in your hands got activated. The lungs, large intestines, heart, triple heaters, small intestines, and another heart channel. They all have a great connection to your lymph system, to your immune system, to your heart. So that's why Qigong has a lot to do with the hands. So you activate. By holding the hands like this, you activate the channels in your body. It is just like that simple. This is something is so unique. You believe it, it works. You don't believe it, it still works. So up to you. Hold it now. You say in your mind. Tell the universe, tell your body what you want. For instance, I want to heal my arthritis in my back. I want to heal my arthritis in my knees. Or I want to heal my tumors in my breast. Tell your body this is what you want, so that your Qi will have a purpose to work for you. All right? Now, after that, then you put a smile on your face. Smile, S-M-I-L-E, stands for, hey, my Spring Forest Qigong friends, start my internal love engine. Thank you. You activate that love energy, that beautiful consciousness inside. And then you hold that beautiful little smile on your face. And then you start moving your hands. I want you to roll the ball up and down. And you feel happy. This is you insert emotion, the consciousness. Once you feel happy, that energy automatically goes to your liver to strengthen your immune system, your lymph system. It's very good stuff. We are working every day so hard. It's for what? Happiness. Now happiness is right inside the ball in front of you. So you move your hands gently. Now slow down, slowly, as slow as you can go. So now you are working in 2 dimensions now. the physical and the emotional. Now I want you to go up to this third dimension. You work with the intelligence. Now what you do, I want you to close your eyes. Continue to move your hands. Now you tell your body, I completely surrender my mind to my intelligence, to my soul, to my heart, and allow my heart to direct the movement of my hands. So now you don't control your movements anymore. You simply just allow your hands to move in their own way. Then your mind focuses on the feeling of this moment. How good you feel. What is the tingling sensation in your hands? How that feels to you. And you start feeling that magnetic field in between your hands. You start feeling the tingling sensation in different parts of the body. Focus on those feelings. And you allow your hands to move in their own way. When you allow the hands to move in their own way, then we call it Wu Wei. Wu Wei, that means you're doing nothing with your mind, but you achieve everything. All these miracles happen only when you get into this movement, especially healing those called life-threatening, incurable disease. All right, so that is beautiful. Now slowly hold your hands like a ball in front of you. You don't move your hands anymore. Give yourself a couple seconds to feel the energy in between your hands. To feel this kind of a breeze flowing in between your hands, your fingers. And focus on that moment and feel it. Now I want you to bring your focus to your lower dantian, which is deep in behind the navel. See that's a light shining inside. And you see the light as an energy ball spinning, 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 getting brighter, smaller. And then it becomes an energy pill and you tuck it deep in behind the navel. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes and rub your hands together. And massage your face. And massage your ears. Okay, so that's it. Feel good? All right, so thank you so very much.
Thank you, Master.